Welcome to the Let Me Take a Selfie podcast, where we talk about how you can get the most out of your life through your self-care and well-being. And now for your host, Ben Rashleigh.
What's up, everybody? I'm going to start off today's show just saying a couple of phrases, and I would probably like to see if you relate to any of this. I've got too much on. I'm too busy. I don't have the time to do my desk exercises. Wow, I feel like I've achieved nothing today. I really do wish I had the time to fit it all in. Does that sound familiar to you? If so, today's show, we're going to quickly talk about breaks and the importance of breaks, but also the efficiency of them as well. So stick around. Have a quick listen to this show. Cue the intro. So before we start off, guys, if you are trying to multitask in this, then listen to this episode at the same time, I want you to stop what you're doing. Get away from the desk, get away from the computer, especially if you're at a workspace. I want you to take your break and listen to this. It's only going to be probably 15 minutes tops. So it's a very quick one, but I promise you the information that you'll get out of this will give back to you and give back to your day, and you'll get that 15 minutes back. And so there's no denying that the research around taking a break can be very beneficial for you and your work. You know, micro breaks, lunchtime breaks, and even longer breaks have all been shown to have a positive relationship with our well-being and productivity. However, when we look at taking regular and short breaks and even social breaks to boost your performance, in between these longer breaks, we don't usually associate the positive impact it can have on our performance. And so it's now for me to convince you as the listener otherwise. First off, let's look at the definition of a break in the Oxford Dictionary. Break, being a noun, is a short period of time where you stop what you're doing and rest, eat, etc. So firstly, a lot of us are likely to be guilty of not taking a true definition of a break. Eating at our desk, spending it in a meeting, or talking about work-related subjects to peers, family, and whatnot. Completing other tasks of responsibility like on your phone to your accountant, or sorting out that quote for your renovation that you're planning. These are all tasks that rob us of our rest and then play a negative effect on us physically and mentally. So taking the view that your small breaks throughout the day should be seen more as a well-planned micro holiday as opposed to an opportunity to get something else done is a great way to get your time, mental and physical state back again and increase productivity, mind you. Looking at that, funnily enough, multitasking in itself is looked at as a great way to be able to get multiple things done at once. However, there's research out there that's saying it's actually less efficient in some cases as single tasking because you're actually having the focus to get it in, get it done, and then get out again. And there's some research out there. I'll see if I can try and find it for us all, where I think it talks something ridiculous like this. It's like 20% less efficient as a multitasking as opposed to single tasking. Relaxing and social breaks have been found by the University of Konstanz, that's Konstanz, for anyone who's trying to figure out what university that is, to be particularly beneficial to facilitate recovery. By returning your mental health and physical functional systems to their baseline, and then coupling this with some quick physical exercise when getting back to the workstation, which I'll leave some videos in our show notes for you, you are in a great position to tackle those work tasks efficiently again. Additionally, a relaxing break can really help reset your mood and thereby promoting positive well-being and reducing stress, which tell me a person who would like less stress in their jobs. I think all of us would. Stress is something that, we deal with. Some of us deal with it well. Some of us don't deal with it so well. But yes, all of us would love less stress. A 2-phase study by Wagner, Olgan, Kim, and Petland, and again, I'll put that link in the show notes, found that social breaks such as chatting with your peers have also been found to be beneficial. Social interactions allow you to change and share your experiences, as well as starting to feed this need of being a part of a group, which is really important for our mental health and social health. This feeling of relatedness during your social break shows a positive association with feeling recovered after your break, so you feel re-energized. And so to have a short chin wag with your colleagues every once in a while is quite important and is very beneficial. Something that we sometimes lack now, being in the work from home situation. But there's probably different ways around that where we could sort of look at, like, is it sort of having a chat to your partner, having a chat to a friend, having a FaceTime on your break, something like that, something social instead though. And I probably can't believe I'm going to say this one, but in 2009, a set of Australian researchers found that workers who spent up to 20% of their time of their day scrolling the internet were actually 9% more productive than the peers who avoided cyberloafing altogether. That's a massive stat. And although this approach has its limits, productivity levels are shown to dip when a subject is spent more than 20% of their day online. So there is definitely a point of, working well, and then it dips after that. And Dr. Brent Coker, the study's lead researcher, suggested workers visit the sites that make them the happiest, especially on your break. The more enjoyable your break, the better it is in terms of boosting your productivity. So maybe watching a funny video that your mate sent you on Messenger, in your break time, of course, will have a more positive effect to you personally, but for your work as well, because you'll come back from your break feeling rejuvenated, more positive, and then therefore it sort of pulls back into you working a lot more productively. And so when you look at probably spending, up to 20% of your day cyberloafing, which is your break times, okay, it sounds like there's probably not a lot of work going on here. But all the research that is coming out is showing that we should not be working on our breaks or doing work-related things on our breaks, or anything that's considered work-related things, where it be personal tasks that need to be done. And we should be actually chatting to our friends instead, or if social media makes you happy, get on social media. But making sure that we're actually truly opting out of the daily tasks and the medial tasks as such. But there is a view and research out there that the most productive workers will work for around 52 minutes an hour and then take a break for about 17 minutes. So it's a little bit over an hour in cycle, but yeah, work for around 52 minutes and then take a break for 17 minutes, where they'll completely step away from what they're doing and spend the time to break. Then when they get back to their workstation again, the next 52 minutes are completely uninterrupted and focused, as opposed to checking their phone every 5 minutes, like we tend to do when our concentration starts to wane, and also that when we've probably done a massive stint at the desk or massive stint at our workplace too without a break. And so maybe there is a little bit of, maybe there is power in giving yourself a complete rest for a quarter hour, or even try 5 to 10 minutes every hour first and see how it goes. So I'd like to be able to share with you a couple of more facts just to try and convince you a little bit further. In the Journal of Physical Active Health, there was a study that stated that there is a lower need for recovery was significantly and positively associated with relaxation at work and detachment at work. So making sure you completely detach yourself from the workplace on your break, you're able to recover quicker, not so much effort in, and you're coming out positively charged as well. Also, researchers at Georgetown University in the USA found that while studying subjects dozing, their right hemisphere of their brain was considerably more active than their left, which could be associated to processing data and consolidating memories while at rest, therefore increasing mental performance and efficiency because they're actually filing all the stuff that they've done beforehand, putting it in their memory banks and then going again, so being a lot more sharper when they're coming back into the workplace after their breaks. Desk Time as well, which is a productivity-based timer app that sort of does use different types of timers, found that when they use the 52 on 17 off rule, the users that logged that timer found, which is about 5.5 million logged records per day, by the way, found that that was the most productive time or timer used, which was the 52 minutes on, 17 minutes off. So that's quite interesting to have a think about that, but the most productive time. And so if I was to probably give you a few tips around maybe some ways that you could get some time out or pull some time out of your work day, and, you know, maybe it's only 5 minutes, maybe it's only 10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, that'd be cool. But yeah, I would say maybe some meditation, you know, definitely my go-to for once or twice a day for about 20 minutes. International studies published in peer-reviewed journals have found that regular meditation can reduce chronic pain, anxiety, high blood pressure and cholesterol by working in through the body on a mental level and a neurological level as well. My next tip would be about maybe spending your mini break doing some quick exercises. Now, this is something that you don't have to leave your workspace for, but it'd be great to actually at least get up out of the desk and do some quick pumping exercises, you know, as it's sort of like running on the spot, bit of skipping. Even if you want to do some desk-based exercises, once again, I'll leave a link in the show notes for you as well. But yeah, just getting up, getting some quick movement in, and then sitting back down and being rejuvenated. Another tip would be actually celebrating a little bit of the good old Spanish siesta. I know this sounds like it's a bit of a trip back to your preschool days, but a snooze, even as little as 10 minutes, can improve your alertness, memory, and cognitive performance. And finally, my last tip, which I never thought I'd actually say this sort of tip back in the day or back a few years ago. However, another great way of sort of getting your time out is being a mental wanderer. And so even a task as simple as multitasking can take your toll on your mental energy. And that's why over a long period of time, multitasking can be less efficient than single tasking. And so allow yourself a regular break for a few moments just to reset your brain. And a daydreaming is a really great way of letting you do that and letting your brain to cool down, so to speak, from these prolonged, focused brain activities that we're doing. However, moderation is key here. And so making sure that we're not wandering for too long of our day or too long in our hour, and making sure that we are coming back and then getting those sort of, maybe that key 50 minutes of focus in, or 52 minutes of focus into our hour as well. There's another way of doing that is actually doing the mindless scroll on social media, which again, never thought I'd say it, but it can help. So all these things here are great ways for you to be able to get into your little breaks and your little micro breaks. And I think to come out of this quick episode, just knowing that taking some time out for you and nothing else, don't do any menial jobs, do something that makes you laugh, do something that makes you smile, even if it's for a quick 5 minutes, will bring you back to your day and bring you back to your work day and make you more efficient. Plus, it's still working on your health. So guys, if you liked what you heard today, or you know anyone that needs to hear this about their breaks or their break habits at work, please send it forward. Tell 3 friends about the episode. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to do the most important thing, which is make sure you give yourself time to go take a selfie.